Hello friends! Welcome to our channel. Today's story is about a teenage boy who preferred sitting outside a library to hanging out with his peers. Everyone in town thought the kid was weird, but they didn't know the real reason behind his actions. You will be surprised to know why the boy did what he did. So let's get started. Evan Martin lived with his dad, Rick, in Cedar Falls, Iowa, a typical American town where nothing much ever happened. The nearest excitement was the occasional train whistle that echoed across the flat fields. At 16, Evan felt like an outsider. He didn't fit in with the popular kids, nor did he relate to the interests of his classmates. While other students talked about football games and weekend parties, Evan preferred the company of fictional characters, finding solace in their adventures and emotions. But as the weeks passed, Evan's classmates stopped inviting him to hang out, labeling him as weird or just plain boring. Dejected but resolute, Evan continued spending his time the way he enjoyed most, reading. Every day after school, he would grab his backpack and head to the park across from his house. There, under the sprawling branches of an old oak tree, he would pull out his worn-out books, losing himself in their pages. However, as the seasons changed and the weather grew colder, Evan sought shelter from the biting winds, leading him to discover the Cedar Falls Public Library. With its large windows and inviting ambiance, the library became his sanctuary. Its warmth drew him in like a beacon, providing not just shelter, but also endless possibilities for adventure and knowledge. Inside, Evan found solace among the towering shelves, feeling a sense of belonging that had eluded him in the real world. He would spend hours browsing through books, each one becoming a portal to different worlds and experiences. As the days turned into weeks, Evan's routine became a ritual. After school, he would rush to the library, eager to escape into a world of fiction. He would sit under the oak tree outside, taking in the crisp autumn air while he read, oblivious to the world around him. Sometimes he would write down his thoughts and ideas, scribbling away in his journal. This became his daily routine, a source of comfort and distraction from the complexities of everyday life. Meanwhile, inside the library, Mrs. Helen Connolly watched Evan through the window. Mrs. Connolly was the retired librarian, a kind-hearted woman who had dedicated her life to books and the power they held. She had seen generations of children come through the library doors, and each interaction left an imprint on her soul. She understood the transformative power of stories, how they could transport readers to different worlds and evoke emotions that resonated with their own experiences. As she watched Evan, she saw in him a kindred spirit, a young soul seeking refuge in the pages of books. Mrs. Connolly had always believed that everyone had a story to tell, a narrative that was unique and important, and she wanted to help Evan find his voice through the written word. One chilly afternoon, unable to bear the sight of the determined young man braving the cold just to read, Mrs. Connolly decided to approach Evan. As he sat under the tree, she walked up to him, a warm smile gracing her wrinkled face. "Hello there," she said, her voice as gentle as the rustling leaves. Evan looked up from his book, startled by the sudden interruption. He mumbled a hello, unsure of what to say next. Mrs. Connolly gestured towards the library, its warm glow beckoning in the fading light. "Why don't you come inside and read? It's much cozier here." Evan hesitated, unsure if he should accept her offer. He had always enjoyed the solitude of his spot outside, but the thought of warmth and shelter was tempting. Glancing back at the library, he decided to take Mrs. Connolly up on her offer. He packed his things and followed her into the building. As the bell above the door chimed, signaling their arrival, Mrs. Connolly led Evan to a cozy corner near the fireplace. "Make yourself comfortable," she said, gesturing to a chair. Evan sat down, his fingers tracing the worn fabric of the armrest. He pulled out his book, but Mrs. Connolly stopped him. "Don't read yet," she said. "First, we need some tea." Evan looked up, surprised. He had never thought of reading as something that required tea. To him, it was just something you did with a book in a quiet place. But he nodded obediently, not quite understanding the significance of tea and reading. Mrs. Connolly smiled, sensing his confusion. "It's just something my mother used to do," she explained. She believed that tea made the stories taste better. Evan considered this imagining a mother sharing stories with her child over a steaming cup of tea. It brought back memories of his own mother reading bedtime stories to him when he was little. As the aroma of tea filled the air, Mrs. Connolly handed Evan a book. "This is one of my favorites," she said. "I think you'll enjoy it." Evan took the book, its title catching his eye. It was a collection of poems, something he had never really read before. He opened it carefully, the pages smelling faintly of cinnamon and thyme. As Evan delved deeper into the book, he discovered a world of emotions and experiences that resonated with his own. The poems spoke of love and loss, joy and sorrow, all themes that Evan had grappled with in his own life. He felt a connection to the words on the page, realizing that he wasn't alone in his feelings. From that day on, Evan became a regular at the library. Every afternoon after school, he would make his way to the oak tree, hoping to spend time with Mrs. Connolly and lose himself in the world of books. Their afternoons were filled with tea, stories, and a growing bond between the retired librarian and the misunderstood teenager. They would discuss the characters and plot twists, debating the motivations of heroes and villains. Through these discussions, Evan learned to analyze stories on a deeper level, understanding how authors use literary devices to evoke emotions and convey messages. Mrs. Connolly, in turn, marveled at Evan's insights, realizing that he possessed a maturity and understanding that belied his years. In the quiet confines of the library, their friendship blossomed. Mrs. Connolly saw in Evan a spark of curiosity and empathy that reminded her of herself when she was young. And Evan found in Mrs. Connolly a confidant and guide who helped him navigate the complexities of emotions and stories. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, forming an unlikely but powerful partnership that transcended the usual boundaries of age and experience. Together, they explored the depths of literature, discovering new worlds and ideas that challenged their perspectives and enriched their lives. Mrs. Connolly shared her vast knowledge of books, introducing Evan to authors and genres that he had never considered before. Evan, in turn, brought his fresh perspective to the classics, reminding Mrs. Connolly of the joy of reading for the first time. Through their shared love of stories, they embarked on a journey of each influencing the other in ways they had never imagined possible. And so their afternoons continued, filled with the comforting aroma of tea, the rustle of turning pages, and the quiet companionship that had become a source of solace and wisdom for both the retired librarian and the misunderstood teenager. In the heart of their quiet town, their friendship blossomed, nurtured by the timeless magic of stories and the warmth of shared moments. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. We would love to hear your thoughts and comments on the story, so please feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming stories. We have many more amazing stories waiting for you. Until then, take care and stay tuned.